Well, you join me on a rather cold morning, but it's about time I start to tie up a few of the loose ends on our Volvo project, because it's getting closer and closer. You saw the recent video where we had it starting. I've replaced the SEM, so we've got our electrical systems working again, and I'm now working on the lights. I've had a few spare parts turn up, so hopefully can get the lights sorted out and a few of those little electrical bits done. That might mean we can put the interior back together and start to make it look a bit more like a car again. Remember, this is where I was at last time with what is a fairly melted and burnt out connector, and all I'm going to do is, rather than try to replace the connector, because you can see it's part of the wiring loom and that would be horrendous, it's 3 standard spade connectors onto the bulb. Let me get the old bulb and I'll show you the plan. Just 3 of these should do the job. I'm going to heat shrink around them so that there's no exposed, so if you go to change it, it's not going to short out. So I'm just going to cut that connector off one at a time and make them up. Luckily, the cables aren't corroded or show signs of water damage or anything. If it was black, it would tend to suggest corrosion and water's got in there. But looking at that, we look okay, which is good news. There we go. I'm sure you could all do a much better job than that, but that's the idea. Going to repeat that 3 times. I'm also going to put some sort of little diagram or something so I know which ones are which, because that's important, which one goes on which connector. But otherwise, that's going to solve our problem. Connect the battery back up, and that's both headlights replaced. Let's see if all the lights are working, shall we? Let's get the key, pop back in. Oh, need to close the bonnet. The lights won't pop up and down if the bonnet's open on the 480. So let's just put the bonnet down. Let's try and take a look and see what's going on. Okay. We don't seem to have any lights on, which is a bit odd. I thought the daylight lights should be on. Oh yeah, they are on. That's better. Let's reset them so the LEDs are on. That's looking much better actually. That's good to see. Great. I'd say our front lights are working. Now that bit's out of the way, next bit I think is to get the rear back in the car. Should probably check out that window as well. Now I'm a little bit nervous about that because it was either the window regulator or the sunroof motor that caused the SEM to overload and fail. So I'm not sure what the best option here is. I think I need to get the door card on though, and the rear back in. Something that has got me thinking, before putting the interior back in, what I've done is I've tightened up the fitting. So this is the lift pump, the fuel pump. That's the return, that's the feed that we replaced, if you remember. Now there was a bit of a smell of petrol. I have, like I say, I've tightened that up, which I think that might have been what it was, some of the petrol vapours creeping through. But I think before putting all of the interior back in, and also just to still double check my work under here on the filter and all of those fittings, it would be nice if I could get a cover for that, because it would be a bit better if it was better protected. But I think we should fire it up again, have it running for a little bit, help start to warm it up because it hasn't ran for a while, but just to make sure we've got no fuel leak and no particular smell of fuel, to be sure. If you remember, we also have our new dashboard in, which, is this the new dashboard or is this the old dashboard? Oh no, that was the wrong switch. I don't actually have the info center switch plugged in. I can't remember if this is my faulty unit or the replacement unit. Never mind, the car should be fine without it. And what we're going to do is we're going to start it up and see how we get on. Still haven't led the brakes either. But anyway, what we'll do that. Foot on the clutch, I know it's in neutral, but just to be sure, let's turn the ignition off. Back on again. I'm not hearing the fuel pump, but it may already have done that. But let's try starting her up. Well, I'll tell you what. It starts up without too much hassle. Okay, so it's idling away. I'm not sure which bulbs it's on about are faulty because I thought I'd replaced them all now. But the main thing is, let's check for fuel leaks. Still got that nasty blow and rattle on the exhaust. Let's just have a little look in here. Yeah, there's no fuel. I can hear the fuel pump running quite happily. Let's just take a quick look underneath. That looks okay there. That is quite a blow from that junction there. That's a shame. I'm getting quite a lot of exhaust gas coming out through that, which is a real pain. What bulbs are out then? Ah, hang on. That's the bulb that'll be out. I bet that's just on the wrong way around. I'm going to unscrew that and swap it. I had it running for about 5 minutes or so. Don't want to run it too long. Don't have that much fuel in it. Everything there's dry. No particular smell of fuel. I mean, I've got a smell of exhaust because of that horrendous junction. But also, no fuel around any of the fuel lines, which is the main thing. You really do need to sort the exhaust out though, which is a horrible job to get underneath there. I think it might be the case of jacking the front of the car up, get the front on axle stands rather than the side like this, and work on that. I also took my LED number plate light out, and I can see the problem. There's a connector missing. How have I managed that? I seem to have lost the other connector somehow, which is possibly going to be horrendous, because behind here we've got all of the foam insulation, and if that's got jammed somewhere in between, trying to tease that out without having to take the entire bumper back off again could be problematic. Well, with a bit of teasing, I managed to find it. It was jammed in there. Luckily, there was a little bit of wire sticking out that I've managed to pull out so I can put that onto the connectors. I think that's been very lucky indeed. Let's get the number plate lights back on. That's better. Number plate lights are on. Tail lights are on. But we still have a bulb warning light. Now, one of these is a rear fog light. I'm wondering if the bulb detector's picking that up. Not the reverse lights. Yeah, I wonder if it's the fog light. Well, for a fog light, that's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Might need to work. Oh, hang on. The other lights have gone out. That's not good. Why would the number plate lights have gone out? Oh dear. Oh, and they're back on now. Now I've turned the main lights off. What's going on here? Volvo electrical again. Well, it turns out that was much simpler than I thought. You can see the fog lights on. All the rear lights are on. Still got a bulb warning. Need to have a look and see what that bulb warning is, but the problem was actually in these switches in this assembly, because all of these, let's turn the ignition off, are plug-in modules, and you can see they're quite corroded. So what I've been doing is I've been cleaning up the contact, same with this one, and that seems to have been the problem, that the contacts were all just a bit loose and rattly. Don't know what that other bulb indicator is about. That's the last one to track down, I think. And there you go. We've managed to get most of the interior back into the Volvo. You could see a little bit of a shot there. And the only thing that I haven't finished with is actually the dashboard, because I really want to get that info center working, and it does need a few more tweaks. If I turn it on now, yeah, it's not lighting up. I know it's working back there, but it's not lighting up, and that's the bit I would like to solve. And I've got a little bit of time yet as well, but at least the interior's back in and it's starting to look a bit more car-like. So I hope you've enjoyed this update on the Volvo 480. Please pop a like down the bottom and subscribe. Hit the bell for more notifications and more videos coming very soon. Hopefully we're going to get this on the road very shortly. That's the plan anyway. Thanks for watching.